Mike Florio in for Dan Patrick. It's the Dan Patrick Show. We've been talking a lot of football. Time to talk a little about the other kind of football, the FUT football. Guy who has made some major waves by returning to his homeland from the English Premier League to MLS soccer. He's the latest addition to the Seattle Sounders. Joins us now, Clint Dempsey, on the program. Clint, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, doing good. How's it going?
Oh, it's going great. Congratulations on the recent move. A lot of people look at this and say, why now? Why, while you're still in your prime, do you make the move to the MLS when the pattern has been more wait until 35, 36? You're doing it at age 30. Why now?
Yeah, I mean, I always wanted to play at the highest level, and, I was enjoying my time in England, and, I've been over there 6.5 years, 7 years, and got to experience what that's like. And also, it just got more difficult to come back each year after spending the summer in the States. I wanted to be around family, and also wanted to come back to the league that gave me my opportunity to become a professional soccer player and come back in my prime and help continue the growth of the game here. So it was just the right timing, right situation. Just an offer really that I couldn't refuse, and I'm just looking forward to coming here and doing well and helping the Seattle Sounders win an MLS Cup.
There was a lot of buzz about your arrival at the MLS and speculation. How did you keep it all so quiet until it was essentially a done deal?
Well, I just had conversations with, my family, wife and mom, dad, and brothers and sister, and just told them, kind of keep it a little bit quiet. Everybody wanted it to be a surprise, so we tried to keep it a secret for as long as we could, and we did the best that we could, but I think it leaked out a little bit. But it was a cool unveiling, being able to walk in the stadium that was packed, and just the welcome that I got made me feel right at home, and almost felt like a movie walking out and hearing all the fans cheer and stuff like that. So just looking forward to getting on the field and paying the fans and the city and the organization back for their belief in me, and hopefully we can bring a championship home.
Talking to Clint Dempsey of the MLS Seattle Sounders. Now, have you staked out some real estate for your Seattle Sounders tattoo?
Oh, yeah. I'm really looking into it right now. But now, funny thing is some guy, actually one of the fans, he got a tattoo of me on his neck. So there's some serious fans up there, man. It's pretty crazy.
Does that creep you out when you see your face on someone else's body?
Man, that's crazy. I guess you don't know what to think, but I guess, you see it as a positive, right?
Hey, you mentioned the state of soccer in this country. Where do you think soccer is right now? I know the fans are passionate in Seattle about the Sounders. Where does soccer rate in relation to the more established sports in the United States?
Yeah, I think it's getting there. I think it's helping with, academy programs where kids are not having to pay money, so they're getting kids from all walks of life. I think a big thing was people who grew up with the game, played the game, had kids, passing it down to them. I think it's kind of a generational thing. Like back in the day, you'd throw the baseball with your dad out in the front yard. Well, now you're starting to have people kick the soccer ball around, with their sons or with their daughters, and it's a game that's very popular around the world. We have a lot of diversity in our country, so I think it only keeps growing, from that front. And I've just noticed the game really change, today, really just going around and doing some of the media stuff. The questions that people are asking, they just really know what they're talking about. They're not asking me, how can you play for your club and play for your country, or are you going to be playing in the Olympics? They know that the World Cup is the most important, competition that you can play with your country. So I just think the fans are just becoming more educated, and that's because they're more interested. And, I think it's just passing it down, people playing the game, having kids, and passing that love for the game on. Visiting
with Clint Dempsey of the Seattle Sounders and also Team USA. You mentioned the World Cup. Where is Team USA right now? How does it stand as the World Cup approaches in just a year?
Yeah, we're doing good. We're on a good run of form. We have 4 games left. We just need to get one win, and that'll pretty much book our ticket to the World Cup. So, things are good. We're keeping more clean sheets. We're not conceding as many goals. We're more compact defensively, more difficult to break down. But at the same time, we have more people chipping in with goals, and things are looking good. So I'm excited about the future.
Is it a realistic goal for the United States to win, not just contend or compete or get to the Final Four, but to win the World Cup?
Yeah, that always has to be the goal. You got to dream big, If you don't ever dream about it or don't ever think that there might be a chance, well, then you'll never get there. So you have to, have that in the back of your mind. You have to work hard for that. And the only way that you can put yourself in a position to win the World Cup is qualify, make sure you get out of the group stages, and then I think anything can happen from there, because it almost becomes like a playoff situation where on any given day, any team can win and just get a few right results. You can find yourself in a final. That's kind of what we experienced in the Confederations Cup when we got to the final against Brazil and almost won that. We just came up a little bit short. So hopefully we can get on a good run like that, saying that we get that win and qualify for the World Cup.
Talking to Clint Dempsey of the Seattle Sounders and also Team USA, a sport that is largely premised on kicking the ball. Curiosity, how much training would it take for you to be in position to kick in the NFL?
I don't know about all that. I think you have to be a certain type of person to want to be a kicker in the NFL, just with all the pressure that you have to deal with, and it just doesn't seem fun to me. I wouldn't like to do it. It just seems so stop-start. Are they going to kick the ball? Are they not? What point in the game is it? I mean, it's easy, I think, probably do extra points and stuff like that, but put me in a playoff game and, the fourth quarter from, 30 or 40 yards, I think you start to get a little bit nervy, and, you can have a whole team or a whole city really upset with you if you don't come through. So that's definitely a job I don't envy.
Well, kicking the ball a lot more frequently in the sport you play now. Congratulations on the move back to the U.S. with the Seattle Sounders. Best wishes and best of luck moving forward, Clint.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks for your time. Clint Dempsey, Seattle Sounders, Team USA, World Cup coming up. That would be the watershed moment, I think, for soccer in our country. If they'd win the World Cup 2014, 2018, if that would happen. Because here's what it's all about. It's about attracting kids at a young age who have the skills to play pro sports, to play something other than, God forbid, football, basketball, or baseball. The more kids choose soccer as their career, and it's a 100-year thing. Just like the NFL is trying to make it a 100-year thing for football, our football, to be more popular in other countries, it's the same formula here for soccer.